Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga kadete nationwide from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, sa lahat po ng mga reviewers natin na nag-prepare po for the upcoming Criminologist Licensure Examination. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Kumusta na po ang lahat ng mga kadete natin na nagsi-self-review, pati na po yung mga kadete natin na mapera na nag-i-enroll sa mga review centers nationwide. Magandang umaga po sa inyo and welcome sa Bikoy. Bikoy na po isang platforma po ito sa YouTube na nagbibigay po ng libre comprehensive. At the same time, lahat ng discussions natin naka-align na po sa latest table of specification. I'd like to welcome also sa lahat po ng mga instructors natin, mga lecturers, mga professors, yung mga baguhan pa lang nagli-lecture sa mga review center. Do not address yourself as a professor. I remind everyone, let us respect academic ranking. Okay? Pagkakapasa pa lang po natin, bago lang po tayong pumasa sa Criminologist Licensure Examination, nagli-lecture tayo ng isang subject sa isang review center. Please do not address yourself as professor, ha? With all due respect, let us respect the academic ranking. Okay? So, yung professor po, isa po itong rango, isang level of an academic position or simply an academic rank that would mean somebody who is a doctorate degree. At the same time, a person who is a seasoned researcher, dapat nagre-research, nakapag-publish ng mga researches or mga studies in an international journal. Pero mga kadete, ha, respeto lang po sa academic rank. Welcome po ang lahat, pati po yung mga respectable deans po natin, mga guest lecturers po natin, sa lahat po ng mga instructor natin. If you want to use this video as a form of supplemental sa mga classroom discussion nyo, I would really be glad. No need to ask credit. Yan po ang issue ngayon eh. No need to ask for credit. No need to ask for permission or credit from me. I will allow it. You can even chunk my video into pieces or into different episodes. You can do it without asking my permission. I am granting everyone to use my video and at the same time to promote our YouTube channel. Sa lahat din po ng mga respectable din and my highest respect po sa inyo, regards to everyone. Okay? Welcome po ang lahat sa pinaka-last na episode in the subject Professional Conduct and Ethical Standards. Sa episode 1 at saka sa 2, pinag-usapan natin doon lahat ng mga moralidad, mga conduct, mga standards, mga tamang gawain, tamang behavior bilang isang registered criminologist. Dito naman, pag-usapan natin ang tamang asal bilang isang law enforcement officer. Okay? Without further ado, pag-usapan natin itong mga professional conduct ng isang pulis. Una, by the way ha, pag may mga Bikoy Nubo kayo, you jot down notes. Una dito, democratic commitment. Commitment to democracy. Anong ibig sabihin? Uniformed PNP members shall commit themselves to the democratic way of life. Anong ibig sabihin ng democratic way of life? Lahat ng tao may karapatan tayo. We have human rights. Say for example, isa sa pinaka-basic na human right is the freedom of self-expression. May mga pagkakataon kasi ng isang tao does not like a particular agency, especially if that agency is a government agency. May mga pagkakataon din, there are a lot of times wherein the members of the community, if they do not like the performance of the Philippine National Police, they will criticize, lambasting the Philippine National Police. Diba? Maraming pagkakataon ng isang miyembro ng komunidad will usually criticize the Philippine National Police. Bilang alagad ng batas and as a person who is committing to the democratic way of life, we have to respect the freedom of expression. Yun po ang ibig sabihin dyan. Commitment to the democratic way of life. Kung ano mo yung sabihin ng iba, members of the community criticizing us, that is okay. Kasi nga po, democratic eh. We have to adhere on a democratic way of life. Yung Philippine Constitution natin, andyan yung Article 3, Bill of Rights ng 1987 Constitution. Andyan nakapaloob po lahat ng karapatang pantao. yung freedom ng isang tao. At the same time, andun din po yung pagrespeto natin sa dignidad ng bawat isa, bawat miyembro ng komunidad. Yun po, democratic way of life po. Pagrespeto sa lahat ng miyembro po sa komunidad. If they want to express something, even though it is a negative criticism against the police, we have to accept it because again, we have to adhere on a democratic way of life. Pangalawa, pati na yung values. Ano ba yung values? Yung moralidad natin. Okay? Moralidad ng isang tao. Iba't iba kasi yung moralidad ng isang tao, yung values ng isang tao. So long as the value is in accordance with the law, no problem with it. Okay? No problem with it. Even if LGBTQ will be marching to a particular agency, even if we say that LGBTQ is considered to be a deviance, but we do not have anything to do about it, considering, again, demokrasya po ang Pilipinas. Sunod, maintain the principles of public, ano ibig sabihin ng public accountability? Pag accountability, ibig sabihin, responsibilidad, right? Responsable ka. Ibig sabihin, bilang alagad ng batas, at the same time, by the way, lahat ng sweldo natin, honorarium, pati na yung 13-month pay, PBB natin, PEI, kahit anong sweldo na galing po sa government, to be honest with you, technically speaking, bawat sentimo na binayad po ng taxpayer sa kanila po yan. Okay? These funds are basically from the taxpayers' money. Galing po yan sa bulsa ng mga taong nagbabayad po ng buwis. So, normal lang po that everything we do, we are accountable and responsible with our actions. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagkamali tayo, accountable tayo, we have to answer on the mistakes that we committed. Pag may mga decisions tayo na mali, we have to be accountable with it. Pati na po yung paggamit ng government resources. O ano ba ibig sabihin ng pagkasama ka ng flood control project, is that a way of upholding on public accountability? I don't think so. Okay? Ang opisina mo, ang motorcycle mo, ang vehicle mo, yung four-wheel car mo, kahit ano, pati yung instrumento, mga tools that you used in crime prevention and crime suppression, lahat ng mga yan, pati yung table at saka chairs ng opisina, lahat ng mga yan, hindi mo po pagmamayari. Basically, the one spending for the resources and amenities for the Philippine National Police are coming mainly from the pocket of the taxpayer. So, dapat we have to be accountable. Okay? We have to be accountable. Next, pag sabihin natin public accountability, dapat open tayo ng scrutiny. Pati na investigation and lawful discipline. Bawal po ang balat sibuyas, Bawal po ang balat sibuyas. So if there is a criticism against us, if there is an investigation against us, we have to accept it with open arms. Why? Because again, we are accountable with the public. At the same time, mga kadete, ibig sabihin dyan, when we say public accountability, lahat po ng ginagawa natin, dapat po naaayon sa batas, at the same time, naaayon po sa lahat ng standard of procedures. Okay? Pangalawa, public office is a public trust. Ang opisina daw ng Philippine National Police is a replica sa tiwala po ng publiko. Public officers must at all times be accountable. Na-discuss na po yan. Accountable to the police. Serve them with utmost responsibility. Ano ibig sabihin ng utmost? Ibig sabihin, yung pinakataas. Dapat dedicated ka. Dapat ang pag-serve mo may integridad. Dapat at the same time, lahat ng ginagawa mo, utmost responsibility, lahat ng ginagawa mo, piniperform mo in a quality manner. Okay? Kasi yung pagtatrabaho natin, pag transactional yan, di ba may tinatawag tayong transactional leadership? Anong ibig sabihin? Nagtatrabaho ka lang because you are after of the money. You are after on what you can get. Not being after on what you can give to the community. Pag ganyan po yung prinsipyo natin, ay hindi po pasado tayo sa utmost responsibility. If you are after on what you can get and not on what you can give to the community, problemado po ang pagsiservisyo natin sa komunidad. Dapat unahin po natin kung ano po ang maibigay natin sa publiko, hindi po yung ano po ang makuha natin at the end of the day. Okay? Sunod, utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead a modest life. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng modest life? Hindi masyadong magara. Okay? Yung ibig sabihin ng modest, formal na pamumuhay. Okay? Hindi masyadong magara. If you flaunt your success in social media, nako, hindi ka pasok dyan. Or probably, you are engaging on illegal acts just to become a wealthy person, o hindi po, modest life yan. This shall at all times uphold the Constitution and be loyal to our country, people, and organization above loyalty to any person or organization. Ano ibig sabihin ng loyalty? Loyalty po, ibig sabihin our faithfulness to the government, our faithfulness to the people, at the same time, faithfulness to the organization. Bawal po ang trahidor. Dapat tapat po tayo sa gobyerno, tapat po tayo sa komunidad, tapat po tayo sa batas, at the same time, tapat po tayo sa organisasyon po natin. Yun po ang ibig sabihin. In whole, the public office is a public trust. Sunod. Next, commitment to public interest. PNP members shall always uphold public interest over and above personal interest. All government properties, resources, and powers of the respective offices must be employed and used effectively, honestly, and efficiency, particularly to avoid wastage of public fund and revenues. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Commitment to public interest. Unang-una mga kadete, lahat ng mga aksyon po natin, lahat ng mga desisyon po natin must always be based on what benefits the public. Yung nakapagbenepisyo po sa publiko, not what benefits our fellow officer, or not what benefits ourselves, not what benefits our family, not what benefits our friends, or not what benefits to our political allies. So, ibig sabihin, inuuna po natin yung community rather than ourselves, rather than our family members, or rather than prioritizing the benefits of our friends or our acquaintances. Minsan kasi inuuna natin yung benefit ng particular or a singular person only. For example, during criminal investigation, nalaman natin, suspitsado, mayor ng isang municipality. Sometimes we tend to sway a little, or sometimes we tend to give favoritism to the mayor simply because sometimes we do not create enemies that are considered to be wealthy. Kasi yung mga wealthy, mga mayayaman na mga tao, ito yung mga taong talagang they can play with the tentacles of the law. And sometimes we get intimidated. Mas inuuna natin yung sarili natin. Kasi po, pag ganito pag binabangga po natin yung mga mayayaman na tao, that will imperil our personal safety and security. Right? Yung security natin, ma-imperil po. So, there are instances na matatakot po tayo kasi yung kinakalaban natin, gobernador, kinakalaban natin, congressman. And sometimes, we tend to favor the congressman even if the evidence is strong. Bakit po? Takot po tayo. Okay? Mas inuuna po natin yung safety, security po natin compared to the safety and security of the public in general. Pero again, as human as we are, that is normal. Pero as much as possible, when we see commitment to public interest, pag ang action will require the protection of the majority of the public, I think we have to do it, okay? Even if, kaya saludo ako sa mga police officers who tend to really prioritize the public over certain individuals, okay? Non-partisanship. Anong ibig sabihin ng non-partisanship? PNP members shall provide service to everyone without discrimination regardless of party affiliation. Ibig sabihin ng party affiliation, ang party pong tinutukoy dito yung political. Okay? Minsan kasi, being a police officer, mas pinapanigan po natin ang isang political organization or political group. Duterte versus BBM groups or Duterte versus the Leni Robredo groups. Minsan nag-aaway kasi yung mga nag-a-advocate, nag-aaway yung mga supporters, hindi yung mga politicians, di ba? Ang conflict rises in the lowest echelon of the society. Nag-aaway yung mga supporter, hindi yung mga politicians themselves, right? So pag isang police officer po, ibig sabihin ng non-partisanship o na hindi po natin i-discriminate ang isang tao even if knowing that that person is belonging to a particular political affiliation. Pag Duterte charges po ang isang police officer, a self or a person who is really advocating the legacy of the previous president, and here comes the guy complaining of a particular crime, and that guy, you know, that he is a person who is loyal to Trillanes. We do not have a choice. We do not play favoritism. We do not play discrimination, even if that person belongs to the other political group. Pangalawa po, ibig sabihin ng non-partisanship, mga kadete, during election po, lahat ng mga police officers, bawal po tayong mag-escort sa mga politicians. We do not advertise, we do not market, okay? Hindi po tayo nagmamarket, nag-advertise, or nagpo-promote po sa isang political figure. Especially during election season, bawal po sa atin yan. Mag-leader tayo sa community natin because we wanted this person to win a particular in a certain election. Bawal po. Okay? So we do not patronize. Pangatlo, ibig sabihin ng non-partisanship, sa lahat po ng ginagawa natin, if you wanted to become promoted, we do not cling so much on the recommendation of a particular politician just for us to advance to a higher position. Yun po, non-partisanship po ang tawag dyan. Next, PNP conduct during labor dispute. Ito, pinag-usapan ko po ito under dispute resolution and crisis management. The involvement of PNP during strike, lockout, and labor dispute in general shall be limited to the maintenance of peace and order, enforcement of laws and legal orders of duly contributed authorities lang po. Anong ibig sabihin dyan? Bilang isang alagad ng batas, servant of the community, during labor dispute, during strikes, rallies, lockout, we should not take sides. Okay? Yon. We should not take sides. Neither for the management nor for the labor. Okay? We have to be at the middle. Our responsibility is to make sure that the freedom of expression is exercised, that there is no violence between one party to the other. But as much as possible in our exercise of our duty during this different civil disturbance, dapat po moderate, dapat po nasa middle, dapat po walang pinapanigan. Yun po ang ibig sabihin ng PNP conduct during labor dispute. At the same time, kung magkasakitan po ang police officers against mga nagrarally, especially yung mga kaibigan, mga kapatiran natin dyan sa Luzon, very active politically speaking. Nagrarally to the point that yung nagrarally, kukuha ng bato, tinapon doon po sa police officer, sometimes tinadyakan po yung mga police officer sa mga taga Luzon, which is not a good practice. Okay? Okay po, if our voice is we are shouting to the highest decibel of our voice just for the government to hear our plights, our pleas to the government. Pero again, mga kadete, we have to do it in accordance with the law, okay? pagtatadyakan natin, we use fire, we use stone, we throw stones against police officer. That is something that violates the law. Okay? Pero bilang police officer, maximum tolerance po, maximum tolerance is needed during strikes, lockouts, and labor disputes. The bottom line is, stay at the middle. Do not take sides. Do not take sides to the management or do not take sides to the labor. Do not take sides on the part of the administration or do not take sides on the person who are doing the rally, lockout, or strikes. Okay? Next, pinaka-importante ito, physical fitness and health. All PNP members shall strive to be physically fit and in good health at all times. Okay? Here is the irony. Ang irony po dito, pag nag-a-apply ka ng isang pulis, bawal po ang tato, di ba? Dapat nakapasa ka sa BMI, di ba? Bawal ang tato. Bawal po na you failed in the BMI. Dapat po physically fit ka. Pero pag nasa serbisyo na, nako, parang mga gangster na. Ang daming tato. Diba? Napakaraming tato. To make them appear in the public as if they are astig or masculine in nature. Nako. But then again, dapat bawal. Yeah, because in the first place, during the application, bawal po ang tato, hindi ba? When you apply for the Philippine National Police, dapat yung BMI natin, body mass index, dapat tsaktong-tsakto. Dapat nakapasa po tayo. And here comes the irony. Nung nasa serbisyo na, lumalaki na yung tiyan, humihingal na. Diba? Ang bata-bata pa, 30 plus pa, humihingal. Laki-laki ng tiyan. Diba? Laki-laki ng tiyan. Hindi na po physically fit. Pag hindi na physically fit, kulang sa exercise eh. Panay ano lang eh. Especially yung nasa opisina lang naka-assign, yung hindi masyadong stressful, physically stressful ang trabaho. I really appreciate yung sa Special Action Force. I really appreciate those police officers assigned in other areas that requires physical activities. Pero itong nasa mga ahensya, maritime police, or sometimes yung nasa airport natin, di ba? Kulang ng, but that's your line of duty. That's the nature of your job. What I'm trying to say is, as much as possible, let us maintain physical fitness. Even though we are assigned in these offices, it does not mean that we are not going to jog. It does not mean that we are not going to do push-ups. We are going to be physically fit as much as possible because our job requires physical fitness. Okay? Sunod. Secrecy discipline. All PNP members shall guard the confidentiality of classified information against unauthorized disclosure. Okay? Ibig sabihin dyan, lahat po ng mga dokumento sa isang opisina ng police station, so sa isang police station po, lahat po naka-classified yan according to security level. Pwedeng confidential, pwedeng top secret, pwedeng secret, so on and so forth. The job of a police officer is not to disclose it, especially to these persons who are not authorized to open it. This includes confidential aspect of official business, yung mga special order, napaka-confidential po niyan, communication and other documents, roster or any portion thereof of the PNP, contents of the criminal records, identities of person who may have given information, etc. These are very confidential files and we have to maintain the code of secrecy within the organization. Next, social awareness. All PNP members shall be actively involved in civic, religious, and other social activities with the end purpose of increasing social awareness. Una dito mga kaditi, dapat involved tayo sa mga civic. Anong ibig sabihin ng mga civic activities? Ito yung mga clean up drive or probably tree planting or maybe we are doing a free medical check-up or free haircut, libreng tole, yan, mga civic activities yan. Religious mga kaditi, anything that has to do with religion. Nagsisimba tayo, In Negros Oriental, maraming police officer po dito pumupunta ng simbahan, naka-type uniform. Just to show the public that they're participating on religious activities. Pati na other social activities. What are other social activities? You play basketball with the members of the community, di ba? Naglalaro po kayo ng basketball, volleyball. Pero ang problema dyan, kasi pasiga-siga ka, kasi police officer ka, naging kalaban mo is just an organization na pipitsogin. Nagagalit ka agad, even if you are accidentally hit by the elbow. Nagagalit ang police officer kasi nga po, pretending to be the siga during the game. Mas nagagalit agad yung PNP as much as possible. Pag friendly game lang yan, especially pag ang price is just very small, just go along. Okay? Just go along with the people. It's not about winning. It's about socializing with the members of the community. Kasi kapag nakapag-participate ka sa mga civic activities, nakapag-participate ka sa religious activities, nakapag-participate ka sa lahat or any kind of social activities, nako, it will tell or it will give emphasis to the public na visible ka, na community-centered functions ang ginagawa mo. At the same time, the public will see you as a partner. A partner, not just an authority figure. Yun po ang importansya dyan. The purpose is not to win. The purpose is not about documentation. The purpose is that for the public to see that you are a partner in the development of the community and not somebody who is an authority figure. It's just basically building trust and credibility. Yun po ang purpose ng social awareness. Sunod, proper care and use of public authority. Napaka-self-explanatory na yan. All PNP members shall be responsible for the security, proper care and use of public property. Lahat ng iniiso sa inyo, pati na yung mga vehicles nyo, opisina nyo, napaka-untidy sometimes. Yung vehicles, kulang ng maintenance. Issued to them and or deposit under their care and custody. Unauthorized use of public property for personal convenience. Ito, nangyari ito in the previous years. Police car, ginamit ng isang police officer, kinargahan ng different water bottles. Yung water bottles, dineliver doon sa personal property nila para naging delivery van na. Okay? Bawal po. Sometimes sinusundo natin yung mga bata natin sa mga eskwelahan using a police vehicle. Hinatid natin using a police vehicle. Okay? For personal convenience of gain and that of their family, friends, relatives is strictly prohibited. I don't know if there is a memorandum of agreement disallowing frequent visitation or frequent lingering of a member of family inside police offices. Kasi nangyayari ito especially in Negros Oriental. Pasintabi na po, I'm very sorry to say this. Pero there are some police officers, yung mga police po natin, sometimes ginagawa po nating parang personal house yung police station. Doon na po natin pinapakain yung mga estudyante natin. Doon na po iniiwan yung mga gamit sa eskwelahan, and sometimes doon na din po pinapatulog yung, but I understand, but I think we have to create a black and white policy about it, that police station in sometimes can be a center for a temporary place for our kids or our children who are students, but it should not be a place that is considered to be abused, in as far as I have mentioned a while ago. Pag rampant na po, let us say for example, every day na lang, andyan yung mga bata natin, naglalaro doon sa police station, doon natin pinapakain, doon natin nililigo, doon natin pinapatulog, doon po natin iniiwan lahat ng mga gamit sa eskwelahan. I think that's not good. In my own opinion only, okay? So, Lahat ng mga gamit natin po, PlayStation, vehicles po natin, tools, instrument, lahat po is a public property. Next, non-solicitation of patronage. Ito kasama ito sa this is aligned with non-partisanship. All PNP members seeking self-improvement through career development and shall not directly or indirectly solicit influence or recommendation from politician, high-ranking government officials, prominent. Ano itong prominent citizens? Ito yung mga sikat, may impluensya, mga mayayaman na mga citizens, persons affiliated with civic or religious organization with regards to their, klarong-klaro ha, assignment. Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo dapat humihingi ng rekomendasyon, hindi dapat tayo humihingi ng pabor ng isang politician, ng isang prominent citizen, or any person of influence in relationship or in relation to our duty or to our assignment. Okay? Minsan, nagtitrain tayo sa Cebu. So just for us to be near with our family members, sometimes we get a recommendation from the governor, a governor who is close to us. And the governor will give recommendation that will transfer our area of duty from Cebu to Negros, for example. Okay? Secondly, during promotion, sometimes pumupunta tayo sa mga padrino natin. Pumupunta tayo sa mga backer natin just for us to be promoted. Okay? Promotion, transfer, or related advantage. Okay? Pero ito pinaka-common ito eh. Very common. Ang theory po is very, very good, right? Non-solicitation of patronage is very ideal in writing or by its letters. Pero in practice, I don't think so. Or I'd like to appreciate those persons who really go along with their principles in life. Pero in most cases, as far as I observe, non-solicitation of patronage, in as far as promotion is concerned, and as far as assignment is concerned, is not practiced most of the time. Okay? But I hope someday, ma-practice po ito totally. Next, respect for human rights. In the performance of duty, PNP members shall respect human dignity and uphold human rights of all persons. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, yung public accountability, yung democratic way of life, right? So, respeto sa public, sa human rights, sa karapatang pantao. Sa lahat ng ginagawa natin, dapat it has to be in accordance with the due process. It has to be in accordance with the law para marespeto po natin yung karapatang pantao ng isang tao. Okay? Karapatang pantao ng isang miyembro ng isang public or community. Next, devotion to duty. All PNP members shall perform their duties with dedication. Dapat may commitment, efficiency, dapat may may na-accomplish ka. Dapat, when you say efficient, that means you are responsible with the outcome of a particular action. Dapat po may na-produce. Dapat po may outcome. Dapat po may nagawa. Yun po, efficiency. Enthusiasm, dapat passionate. Excited ka na magtatrabaho ka. Pagdating mo sa trabaho, pag palagi kang stress, hindi ka pa nga nakapunta, stress ka na, walang enthusiasm doon. Determination and manifest concern. Dapat concern daw sa public welfare. Okay? So, for short, ibig sabihin ng devotion to duty, when you say devotion, that refers to commitment. Okay? Commitment to the duty. Ibig sabihin, yung trabaho ng isang police officer po, napaka-delikado. Okay? You do not know that somebody is having an ill feeling against you. To the point na while nag-duty ka, hindi mo alam, may isang tao bubunot ng babarilin ka. It's very risky. That's why I really appreciate police officers. You are serving the community. And then your service sometimes requires you to sacrifice your own limbs and life. Okay? Yung mga police officer natin na mga ganyan na nagsiservisyo, committed sa trabaho nila, may salute to all of you. Napakadelikado po. Pero kahit delikado, dapat we have to be devoted. We have to be committed with our task. Willing to serve even in difficult, risky, even in uncomfortable situation. Dapat committed tayo sa ginagawa po natin, sa duty natin. Okay, next. Sunod, conservation of natural resources. Okay, may mga pagkakataon po ng Philippine National Police natin, nagkakandak po sila ng tree planting. Okay? The purpose of it is to somehow contribute in the development and conservation of our natural resources. Naki-clean up drive sa mga lugar, 'di ba, na madudumi, especially in shorelines. Sa mga beaches natin, pumupunta yung mga police officers natin naki-clean up drive. Okay? Usually in coordination with non-government organization. Conservation of natural resources. Next, discipline. Ibig sabihin ng discipline, obedience. Something that will require obedience. PNP policemen shall conduct themselves at all times in keeping with the rules and regulations of the organization. Ang organisasyon po natin sa Philippine National Police, may mga SOP po yan, Standard Operating Procedure. When you see discipline, it requires the adherence, the observance, full observance to the Standard Operating Procedure. Discipline is obedience to this SOP. Next and the last, hindi pala last, third to the last, loyalty. PNP members must be loyal to the Constitution and the police service as manifested by their loyalty to the superior peers and subordinates as well. What do you mean by loyalty? Loyalty means faithfulness, yung pagiging tapat po natin. Pagiging tapat natin sa organisasyon, pagiging tapat natin sa komunidad, pagiging tapat natin sa government, pagiging tapat natin sa katrabaho natin. Yan po ibig sabihin ng loyalty, okay? The opposite of loyalty is betrayal, okay? Betrayal is a mortal sin, okay? Betrayal, especially betrayal against the government, betrayal against the organization is not just something that is considered to be illegal, but at the same time it is considered to be a mortal sin, an unforgivable sin against an organization or against the government or against our colleagues. So loyalty requires faithfulness, pagiging tapat po sa organisasyon po natin, pagiging tapat po sa gobyerno, pagiging tapat po sa community that we are serving. Next, obedience to superior. Kanina pinag-usapan po natin yung disiplina. Disiplina is being obedient to the SOP, to the rules and regulation of the organization. Dito, obedience to superior, ang ibig sabihin dito, pagiging obedient to the superior only, not to the SOP. Kasi pag obedience to the SOP, ang pinag-usapan dyan, discipline. Dito, obedience to superior. Pagiging obedient lang po sa mga lawful orders coming from our superior officers. No member shall use abusive, insulting, or indecent language to another member. Especially that member is considered to be much of higher rank compared to us. Lastly, itong command responsibility. Immediate commanders shall be responsible for the effective supervision, control, and direction of their personnel. Okay? Remember mga cadets, ang commander po, pag ikaw yung chief of police in a particular municipal or city station, ang chief of police po is not just a position of authority, but it is always a position of accountability and responsibility. Pag nagkamali po yung subordinate po natin, ibig sabihin tayo din po accountable. Pag nagkamali yung isang police corporal, nagkamali yung isang patrolman, kahit tayo po ay isang chief of police, considering that person is under with us, under our organization, tayo pong immediate na commander is also liable with the mistakes committed by the lower ranking officials under our supervision. Yun po ang ibig sabihin ng command responsibility. Iba yung command responsibility, iba din po yung unity of command. When you say unity of command, isang tao lang po ang nagbibigay ng command. For example, pag chief of police ka, lahat ng mga orders, lahat po ng mga instructions should be coming from you. Everyone will be answerable to you. Answerable by one master only. Okay? Nobody can serve two master at the same time. Yung ibig sabihin, unity of command. Dapat isa lang po ang binibigyan po natin ng pansin in terms of following orders. Unity of command. But command responsibility, from the word responsibility, ibig sabihin dyan, being accountable of the mistakes committed by our subordinates. Okay? Kahit hindi tayo ang diretsong nagkukumit dyan, knowing that that person who committed it is under us, we as immediate commanders or immediate superior is also accountable. Okay? Next, punta naman tayo sa police ethical standards. Okay? Sa police ethical standards, mga kadete, we have 7. Okay? Mga self-explanatory lang po ito. Una, itong tinatawag nating morality. Ibig sabihin ng morality, it's about decency, right? Morality is about good behavior. It is the quality of human act that leads man to observe moral behavior, to be obedient to a system of moral values, rules of right or conduct. For short, when we say morality, that's basically exhibiting good behavior, good conduct towards the community. Next, judicious use of authority. Lahat ng PNP members, di po sila permitted to apply for search warrant or even for warrant of arrest. Dapat po may permiso. Dapat po na-inform po ang superior officer. Okay? May permiso, may nag-i-inform ka sa superior officer. You do not do it alone. Dapat your superior officer should know about it. Next, justice. PNP members shall strive constantly to respect the rights of others, that they can fulfill their duties and exercise their rights as human beings, parents, children, citizen workers, leaders, in other capacities, and to see to it to ensure that others do likewise. Ano ibig sabihin dito? Magbasahin mo yan, ibig sabihin dyan, respeto po, pag isang police officer, dapat nagre-respeto po tayo sa lahat po ng karapatan. Ang pagrespeto po sa karapatan ng pantao is not considered to be an optional, kundi ang pagrespeto po sa lahat ng karapatan ng pantao is considered to be moral, at the same time legal, and at the same time isa pong duty, constitutional duty ng isang police ang pagrespeto po sa lahat ng karapatan ng isang miyembro ng komunidad. Next, humility. All PNP members shall recognize the fact that they are public servants and not master of the people, and toward this end, they should perform their duties without arrogance. Di dapat ka arrogante. Ay sabi ko kanina pag naglalaro yung Philippine National Police Organization versus an NGO, non-government organization, in a social activity. Basketball, for example, sometimes, wala Ang purpose dapat dyan is to make friends with the society. Pero tayo, parang ayaw nating matalo Diba? Humility. Dapat hindi ka po arrogante during checkpoint. When you pull or instruct a driver to pull over, the first thing that you will do is to say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and you apologize for the inconvenience. And then, dyan na po, after that, you tell your intention. Sir, do you have a license? Can I see it? Yun po, dapat hindi ka arrogante. Kasi sometimes pasiga-siga tayo Pasiga-siga. Nung nasa college pa, during oral examination, namumutla. About to pass out, when I ask a particular question, about to pass out, parang naging chameleon. Naging chameleon. Sometimes you become blue, sometimes you become purple, naging puti ka, naging itim ka. Nagsishift yung color mo during oral examination. Pero nung naging police officer ka na, ang gara mo na, Brad, ang arrogante. Diba? Ay, nako. We have to be humble in life. Why? At the end of the day, we will meet the same fate. Ibig sabihin dyan, mamamatay tayo. Lahat tayo pobre pag mamatay po tayo. Okay? We cannot bring anything. We cannot bring our lucrative vehicle in our graveyard. Wala. Wala tayong madala. Just be humble, guys. In order for you to understand life, you must understand death. In order for you to understand life, you have to understand death. Okay? You can live a life, live while you are living, but do not be too arrogant in everything that you have in life, okay? Even if you are successful, do not be arrogant with it. Do not flaunt it. Do not bloat it in public. At the end of the day, we will all die, right? Humility is very important, okay? Dapat hindi tayo hambog. Dapat hindi tayo arrogante. Orderliness, all PNP shall follow logical procedure. In accomplishing task, logical procedure, ibig sabihin kung ano yung SOP. Ano yung standard of procedure to minimize waste in the use of time, money, and effort. Kasi nga po, yung pera dyan galing sa public. O dapat orderly ka. Dapat nakafollow ka kung ano yung procedure. Okay? So meaning, when you do something, knowing that it will entail public funds, you have to think systematically before you act. Okay? Think systematically before you act. Huwag kang padalos-dalos dyan, especially if it requires or if it entails public funds. Just follow correct procedures, standard procedures, at the same time guidelines for you to become orderly. Second to the last, perseverance. Once a decision is made, all PNP members shall take legitimate means to achieve the goal, even in the face of internal or external difficulties. And despite of anything which might weaken the resolve in the course of time. Ibig sabihin ng perseverance, kahit difficult po ang na-encounter mo, kahit maraming challenges po ang ma-encounter mo, kahit maraming obstacles ang ma-encounter mo, especially during criminal investigation, dapat hindi ka mag-surrender. When you say perseverance, it's the ability of the person to move forward even if there are challenges, obstacles along the way. Kahit nahihirapan ka na sa criminal investigation kasi walang lead, padayon Brad in Bisaya. Padayon lang. Just continue. Just persevere. Okay? Kasi who knows, at the end of the day, talagang makuha mo kung ano yung goal, kung ano yung aim mo sa trabaho. Okay? So kahit maraming problema, kahit may difficulty po tayo, just move forward. Okay? Pag criminal investigation na, kahit may mga challenges, you still move on. You still continue what you are doing. Yan po, perseverance. When you say integrity, PNP members shall not allow themselves to be, ito, napaka-common. You should not be victims of corruption. Diba? Ano example nito? Hold up. Ano ang hold up? Nanguhuli ka, nang-hold up ka ba, Brad? Nag-i-execute ka ng search warrant. Yung na-seize mo is 1 kilogram of shabu. Pagdating doon po sa pagsumite ng ebidensya sa korte, sometimes yung 1 kilogram nagiging half kilogram na lang. Nakapag-seize ka ng total amount of 1 million, sometimes nung nagpe-present ka ng ebidensya sa korte, ang nadideclare mo is not 1 million but rather you only declare 50,000. Magkano yung ginansya mo? Di 950, naging mayaman ka. Naging mayaman ka tuloy, di ba? Subject to corruption. A particular politician who is into illicit substance or illicit drug transaction, binigyan ka ng let us say, sir, just allow us to operate. I'll give you 1 million per day. Sometimes, kasi when a person talks about money, everyone will listen. Yun po. Every person sometimes has a price. Yan ang problema. So, binigyan tayo, malaking pera, nasisilaw tayo sa pera kasi puno na sa loan eh. Puno na sa loan. Yung net salary natin, naging 8,000 na lang. From almost 40,000 a month, naging 8,000 na lang kasi palautang ka, Brad eh. Kahit walang kaya, nag-uutang ng Toyota Vios. Kahit hindi ka siya sa bulsa, hindi priority, para gusto talagang may pakita sa publiko that I am somebody who should be respected, bumibili tayo ng sasakyan, kahit hindi naman financially capable tayo. Ano nangyari? Net income natin, 8,000 per month. Somebody will offer us with that amount, of course, we will be tempted because of our dire need of the money. Corruption. Sunod. Dishonest practices in accordance with the provision of existing laws on corrupt practices. Pero again, may mga police officers tayo that are very good. Saludo in terms of integrity. These are persons who really stand in their own principle. Okay? So, salute sa lahat po ng mga police officers dyan na talagang mabubuting tao po. Mabubuting alagad ng batas. Alright? These are the categories of corrupt police officers. Okay? May 5 po tayong kategorya ng isang police officer na corrupt. Una dito itong white knights. Actually itong white knights mga kaditi, hindi po ito corrupt pero inilagay po under the classification. Okay? Under the classification na. Okay? When we say white knights, ito yung mga police officer na honest, straightforward. Okay? Ang problema dito, these police officers are treated to be killjoy. Mga KJ ba? Okay? Killjoy or anybody who is considered to be a loner or deviant to the eyes of the colleagues. For short, in a police station, siguro 90% dyan, mga corrupt, nag-accept ng bribe. Pero may isang tao, let us say for example, who does not like it. So sabihan niya ngayon yung colleague niya, bawal yan, hindi yan pwede. So he will be treated as KJ or killjoy. Ang tao na yan who is straightforward, honest, vocal in terms of the corruption of his fellow colleagues is white knight. Okay? White knight po. Pag plural, white knights. Okay? Pangalawa, itong straight shooters. Itong straight shooters, hindi naman po ito corrupt. Pero, ang white knight, these are persons who are very vocal, honest, straightforward. But if they do not like it, they will say, what you are doing is corrupt. Yun po, white knights. Pero itong straight shooters, if that person see that there is a corrupt practices inside the police station, they love to remain silent. Ayaw nilang makialam. Okay? They mind their own business. For short, they practice what we call as omerta. Ano itong omerta? Omerta means the code of secrecy. Okay? So ito yung mga taong hindi kumakanta. Ayaw sila sa corruption. They are not engaging into corruption. But if they are asked about the corruption of their fellow officers, they will not answer. They will not divulge. They will not disclose it. Why? Kasi nga po, omerta code of secrecy. Sunod, itong mga grass eaters. Ano naman itong mga grass eaters? Ito yung mga tao who are waiting for opportunities. Police officers waiting for the opportunities for them to do the corruption. Ano ibig sabihin dyan? Nag-checkpoint. Pag checkpoint, walang lisensya yung tao. Nagkuha ng 1,000 pesos. Binigay sa police officer. After binigyan yung police officer, nagsama yung driver. Sir, ito yung lisensya ko. Pagtingin sa police officer, sabi niya, this is a very good license. Napaka-updated. Valid pa. Di ba? Waiting for opportunity only. Grass eaters or vegetarian cops. Pero itong meat eaters or carnivorous cops, ito yung opposite. Opposite, kasi pag ang grass eaters waiting for opportunity, ang meat eaters or carnivorous cops, they are the ones really looking for opportunities. They are the ones looking for chances for them to perpetuate corruption. Ang grass eaters, they're just waiting. Pag may oportunidad, you do corruption. Pero itong meat eaters talagang they really initiate actions just for them to perpetuate corrupt practices. Next, ang pinakalas itong rogues. Ito yung mga police officers na talagang pinaka-deviant sa lahat ng mga corrupt policemen. Okay? Ang sa kanila, dirty works, dirty money. They are very bad to the bone. Ito yung mga police officers involved in assassination. Ito yung mga police officers who are involved in gun for hire. Police officers na talagang napaka-corrupt. Okay? Rogues po ang tawag. Okay? Sunod po is police misconduct. Mga kaditi, kindly memorize the difference between mal, mis, and saka non-feasance. You can concentrate on the prefixes of these words para at least mas madaling maintindihan. Pag mal, ibig sabihin ng mal, pag mal, mali, wrong, or illegal. Okay? Gumagawa ka ng actions considered to be wrong or illegal. Okay? Pag miss, gumagawa ka ng action, tama sana pero kulang-kulang, improper. Okay? Yun po, misfeasance yun. Non-feasance, ibig sabihin, hindi ka nagpe-perform. Non-performance. Balikan ko po. Pag malfeasance, ibig sabihin dyan, nag-perform ka pero yung piniperform mo is not in accordance with the law. Mali, wrong, or illegal yung piniperform mo. Sa misfeasance, nagpe-perform ka na ayon sa batas pero kulang-kulang. Ibig sabihin ng kulang-kulang, what I'm trying to say is, you improperly perform your duty. Okay? On the other hand, pag non-feasance, ibig sabihin, talagang hindi ka nagpe-perform. Sometimes, ang non-feasance ay tinatawag yung neglect of duty. Okay? On the other hand, pag ang isang police gumagamit po ng unreasonable force, unnecessary force in the conduct or in the performance of their duties, especially during arrest or during search. For example, you hit him with the elbow, or you punch the suspect, or you probably hit him with the butt of your firearm. Police brutality yan. Sunod, police lying. Ibig sabihin ng police lying, deceptive practices. Ano ibig sabihin ng deceptive? Yung nanluloko tayo, gumagamit tayo ng lies, gumagamit tayo ng fraud or deception just to perpetuate our intention. Police lying po ang tawag dyan. Okay? So, concentrate on non-feasance, malfeasance, at saka misfeasance, mga kadete. I-memorize nyo po lahat yan. Now, I put here board exam question. And I'd like you to answer kung ano bang police misconduct ito, okay? Una, during a routine inspection of evidence storage, it was discovered that a police officer, Patrolman Santos, had knowingly approved and signed the release of a motorcycle that was supposed to be held as evidence in a robbery case, despite having no court order or legal authority to do so. Investigation later revealed that he did not personally benefit from the act, but he allowed the improper release because the claimant was a close friend. Which of the following best describes the wrongful act committed by Santos? Anong ginawa dito ni Santos? Si Santos isang police officer. May isang motorcycle na impounded, subject for a robbery case. Ebidensya siya sa isang robbery case. Pero ang nangyari, ang person who is incriminated on the robbery case is somebody who is close to him. Malapit na kaibigan po. So one day, probably the friend is asking for the release of the motorcycle, even if there is no court order, kahit ebidensya siya in a robbery case, nirelease niya ngayon. Kasi nga po, ang lalaki that is requesting for the release thereof is somebody who is close to him. Ang tanong ngayon, ano ba yung wrongful act? Una, misfeasance. B, non-feasance. Pangatlo, malfeasance. Letter D, dereliction of duty. Hindi naman yan dereliction of duty. Automatic yung letter D, wala na yan. A, misfeasance. B, non-feasance. C, malfeasance. Pag non-feasance, may piniperform naman siya. So, automatic, yung letter B at saka yung letter D, automatic, wala na yan. Eliminated na yan. Ano ba ang pagkakaiba sa misfeasance and malfeasance? As I have mentioned a while ago, pag malfeasance, nag-perform ka, pero yung piniperform mo, hindi legal. Mali. Wrong. Misfeasance, nag-perform ka na ayon sa batas. Hindi ka naglabag ng batas, pero improper lang. Incompetence lang ang pag-perform. So ano ba ang answer nito? Ang pag-release ng isang motorcycle, kahit walang court order, kahit ebidensya siya in a robbery case, is it considered to be legal or illegal? Basically, it is not in accordance with the law. So basically, it's illegal. So illegal, so the correct answer is malfeasance. Bakit malfeasance? Malfeasance, I have mentioned a while ago, yung pag-perform ng isang act considered to be illegal or wrong. Okay? Misfeasance, nagpe-perform ka ng act, tama pero improper lang. Right? So the correct answer is letter C. On the other hand, second board question, a police investigator, Police Corporal Cardo, was assigned to file a criminal complaint for qualified theft. He prepared the document and submitted the case to the prosecutor, but he failed to include the sworn statements of two key witnesses, and he also failed to include the inventory of stolen items, even though these documents were already available in the case folder. Because of this, the prosecutor dismissed the case due to insufficient evidence. So ano ang liability ni Cardo dito? So if you will take a look at the situation, itong si Cardo, nagpe-perform siya ng isang duty. Ano ba yung duty? Yung pag-file ng kaso sa prosecutor's office. O nakapag-file siya ng qualified theft sa prosecutor's office, pero kulang-kulang. May kulang eh. Bakit may kulang? Hindi niya isinali yung pinaka-importante na ebidensya. Sworn statement is very important dito. At the same time, itong inventory na stolen item is very important kasi nga po, yung stolen item is something that could prove the element of a qualified theft. Pero hindi niya sinali. So upon knowing that the evidence is insufficient, automatic dismiss. Kasi yung job ng prosecutor is to find out whether there is a prima facie evidence with certainty of conviction on a particular complaint filed against a certain individual. So pag walang prima facie evidence, ano mangyari? O dismiss. O ito nangyari dyan. Dismiss agad. Nape-perform niya yung legal task niya pero may kulang, improper. So ano ang tamang sagot? Very clear that the answer is misfeasance. Letter B. Kasi nga po, napaka-tanga. Careless. Diba? Tanga eh. Ubob eh. Kasi ubob, nakalimutan. Okay, last. During a night patrol, a police officer witnesses a man violently assaulting another person in a public place. The officer, however, decides not to intervene, claiming that the incident is none of his concern. Anong nangyari dito? Nagpapatrol yung isang police. Nakita siya, may isang tao nagwa-wild, assaulting another person. O sabi niya, that's none of my business. Let them kill themselves. So basically, it's very clear that the answer here is letter C, police nonfeasance. Bakit po? Neglect of duty. Okay? Yun po dapat alam natin, nonfeasance, malfeasance, saka misfeasance. Okay? Last, I'll go along with concept of ethics and its practical application concerning the foundational principles of human rights. Okay? Pag-usapan natin mga kadete, mga karapatang pantao in relation to concept of ethics. Human rights principles are considered to be ethical foundation and values that underlie all human rights. Ito po yung mga guiding foundations to ensure that human rights are applied fairly, equally, and universally across all individuals and societies. Ang human rights principles, ito din po yung mga building blocks na mag-i-explain kung bakit po ang karapatang pantao ay nag-i-exist and how they should be respected in practice. To violate someone's human rights is to treat the person as though he or she is not a human being. Ano bang purpose ng karapatang pantao? Karapatang pantao in order for us to feel that we are human beings. Kasi pag ang tao, devoid po siya sa human rights, ibig sabihin, yung tao na yan is treated to be a robot and we are not robots. We are humans. To advocate for human rights is to demand that human dignity of all people should be respected. Here are the foundational principles of human rights, mga kadete. I'd like everyone to be acquainted with all of this. Una, equality. Napaka-easy niyan. Equality, ibig sabihin, rich or poor, legitimate or illegitimate, guwapo ka man, hindi ka man guwapo, law-abiding or law violator, any kind of educational background, socioeconomic status, dapat po ang karapatang pantao should be equal to everybody. Hindi po dapat ang karapatang pantao ay mai-exercise naman sa mga mayayaman, magagarang mga tao sa publiko. Dapat po lahat pantay-pantay. Okay? Yan po ibig sabihin equality. Ano ba ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas? Pag isang senador, isang kongresista, kahit na-involve na sa junel-junel na yan, kahit na-involve na sa droga sa bilibid, kahit na-involve na sa mga krimen, sa pork barrel scam, na-involve na sa flood control project, ay nako, kukunti lang, kakarampot lang ng mga politicians that are considered to be convicted and are serving their sentences in a penal institution. Kukunti lang. Diba? Yung iba dyan, nagnakaw ng mga bilyon-bilyong pera, not convicted. Sana equal tayo ha. Sunod, Human dignity, human rights acknowledge, describe, and protect the fundamental condition of respect and freedom to which all people are entitled. Yung dignity ng isang tao. Ang karapatang pagtao ay nagpo-protect mo yan sa respeto, sa democratic way of life ng isang tao, sa kanyang kalayaan, in which this respect, this freedom or this liberty or this dignity of a person is considered to be sine qua non of his existence. Very important, essential sa kanyang pag-i-exist. And that person who is existing is entitled to the protection of his dignity, to the freedom of doing something, to the respect coming from other individuals. Human dignity. Next, non-discrimination. People must be protected from the denial or violation of our rights based on any aspect or identity. Yung non-discrimination, kasali yan sa equality. Equality means being equal, impartial, kahit anumang background mo. Non-discrimination, ibig sabihin, you will not be castrated, you will not be taken out with this right simply because of a certain background. Kahit anumang race, kahit anong ethnicity, kahit anong language, color, mayroon ka niyan. Hindi dapat i-discriminate. Okay? Universality. Yung human rights po natin, nag-a-apply po siya kahit saang panig ng mundo. Okay? Universal siya. Kahit saan ka pupunta, east, west, north, south, kahit anong direction, ay nako, yung right natin ay still be considered to be applicable. Okay? Nag-a-apply yan kahit saan na-exercise yan. Sunod, inalienability. Ibig sabihin, it cannot be waived, taken, or given away. Ibig sabihin ng inalienability, hindi po dapat makuha, ma-obsolete, mawala sa inyo. Hindi pwedeng masurrender yan. Hindi pwedeng somebody will take it. Pero, be careful ha, may mga rights po tayo na inalienable rights, may mga rights din po tayo na alienable. Okay? I repeat. May mga rights tayo na inalienable. Ang sabi ng inalienability, cannot be waived, cannot be taken away. Pero technically speaking, may mga karapatan po tayo na alienable. Anong ibig sabihin ng alienable? Pwedeng makuha po sa atin. For example, pag registered criminologist ka and you have been convicted of a crime against moral turpitude, anong sabi ko sa episode 2? Pwede pong ma-revoke yung lisensya natin. Yung karapatan natin to become a registered criminologist is considered to be an inalienable right. Kasi pag na-convicted tayo, pwede pong ma-revoke yan. Yung properties po natin, we have the right to property. Pero yung property na yan, if it is subjected to a crime, can be considered again, yung karapatan natin sa property can be considered again as inalienable. Kasi nga po, pwedeng makuha sa atin yan. Okay? Pero, there are certain rights that can be considered as inalienable. Kahit saang panig ka man sa mundo, hindi po pwedeng makastrate, hindi pwedeng ma-obsolete, hindi pwedeng makuha, hindi pwedeng ma-remove from you. For example, right to life. Karapatan nating mabuhay. Right to life is an inalienable right. Right to the practice of religion. Pwede ba na ang isang government o police officer will require somebody to change his faith? Wala. Kasi nga po inalienable yan. Right to marriage. May batas ba? May government body ba na nagsasabing bawal kang magpakasal? Nako. Right to life, right to marriage, right to religion, mga inalienable yan. Pero again, may mga rights tayo, as I have mentioned a while ago, na considered as alienable. Sunod, indivisibility. Ang karapatan po natin aren't prioritized as more or less important or non-essential. You cannot be denied a right because it is said to be less important or non-essential. For sure, ang indivisibility, pag karaputan mo yan, you cannot classify it as less priority or of high priority. Okay? Nasa isang level po sila. Okay? Yan po ibig sabihin, indivisibility. You cannot divide it. You cannot put one right to a certain lower degree and you put the other right on a higher degree. Lahat po is in accordance to a certain level. Nasa isang level po. Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo, right to life, yan ang pinaka-importante. Pitong right to property, okay lang yan. No, you cannot say it. Okay? So everything is important. Everything is considered to be essential. Okay, next. Interdependency. Lahat po ng mga karapatan natin interconnected and reinforce one another. The strength of one right depends on the presence of the other. So, let us say for example, right to marriage. Right to marriage can be connected to the right to be happy. Right? Right to life. That is connected also right to own properties. Connected po yung mga lahat ng karapatan po natin. At the same time, accountability, responsibility, human rights carry an obligation to uphold and protect the rights of both the collective and the individual. People must not infringe on the rights of others. States signers are accountable to one another to bring their laws and practices into compliance with the articles of the treaties they have ratified. For short mga kadete, yun si accountability and responsibility. Lahat po tayo may karapatan, pero may responsibilidad din po tayo na yung pag-exercise po natin sa lahat ng mga ginagawa natin should not be something that violates other person's rights. Okay? May karapatan tayo. Let us say for example, we have the right to property, but that right should be exercised in accordance with the law. And that right should not be something that violates the law, or it should not be something that is exercised to violate the rights of other individuals. Okay? So yun po, we are accountable in everything that we do. Okay? Yun po ang ibig sabihin na dyan ng accountability at saka responsibility. Pati yung government natin, responsable din po sa pag-uphold ng mga batas to protect the rights of the people. Yun na po mga kadete ang lahat po ng discussion natin under the subject professional conduct and ethical standards. My prayer is that sa lahat ng gagawin po natin, we always trust God's timing. Okay? Sa lahat po ng matitik ng board examination, my prayer to all of you, I hope everybody will pass and I hope everybody will become a registered criminologist to become certain individuals that will become useful in the society, not just in the society, but somebody who is useful, making yourself as an instrument of God in the development of the society and at the same time in the maintenance of peace and order. Maraming salamat mga kadete. God bless everyone. Tiwala sa Diyos, tiwala sa sarili.